Hello guys, welcome again from Manila, Philippines. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than any other videos I've ever been making due to a lot of questions that you've been guys asking me, especially on TikTok, about all of my vlogging journey and how does it all started, and as you might know from the thumbnails of the video, why I make the decision to move permanently to the Philippines. Let me just clarify that for you today. So how does it all started? It's a little private story, but let me just share that with you. So, from 2022, I've been in a relationship with a girl that, you know, that kind of love that you feel like this is the one, that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I was so in love like never before in my life. We were so serious about each other that we wanted to buy a house together. And to be able to do that, we would have to save money for the deposit. And deposit for the house was something around £25,000. Just a lot of money at that time, and still is. So due to that, her parents invited us to live in their house together. So we don't have to pay rent and we can save all of the money for the mortgage. So we were living together for like 1.5 years. We went to a vacation together, everything was great. And then within 1 month she was starting to give me a cold shoulder, and eventually one day something just snapped and she broke up with me. I was never so down in my life. I was depressed so badly that I was even going to find help. I was thinking to actually finish the journey in this world. That's how bad it was. And I'm a pretty cheered up guy, so for me it was really hard. And finally, after 3 months of depression, eating disorder, I couldn't work, I was in such a bad condition, I decided that I have to just go somewhere, like leave the country and just go for a long vacation just by myself, just to start enjoying life once again. But I didn't know where to go because I didn't travel that much before in my life. So what I did, I took the globe, I spun it with my eyes closed, and I stopped it with my finger. And I said to myself, wherever my finger is gonna end up, that's where I'm going. I had a bunch of money, I could have gone practically anywhere I wanted in the world. And my finger ends up in the ocean in between China and Philippines. And I'm thinking to myself, I know nobody in China, but I know someone from Philippines, because I was working with a girl from the Philippines back then. So I decided to text her. So I texted her and I was like, where are you? Where do you live? She was like, in Cebu. I knew nothing at that stage about Philippines, absolutely nothing. I just knew where it is on the map, that's it, nothing about the culture, nothing. So I said to her, okay, I'm booking tickets and I'm coming to visit. She was like, what, are you crazy? Because the tickets are quite expensive to get here, to be honest. And I was like, no, I'm perfectly fine, I'm really coming. So I packed my bags, and after maybe 2 months, I've came to Philippines for the first time. And before I go there, I reminded myself that I had an old GoPro camera from my previous relationship still in the drawer. During the fact that before I was doing a little bit of editing of what I was doing, like parkour and that kind of stuff. So I was like, let's try vlogging. Let's see if I'm gonna like it or not, if it's gonna be okay to do. I took the camera with me, and that's the first season. You can see the first season right there if you're interested. That's how it all started. And I've been to Philippines only for 8 days. After that 8 days, I came back and I was completely in love with the country. I was like, I have to go back. The people were so lovely, so accommodating. So I came back to work after that time, and I was actively editing the vlogs. And then after 2 months of working in a normal English routine, I just couldn't take it anymore. And I wanted to come back so badly that you have no idea what I did. So what I did, I quit my job. I quit my job in a way that I always wanted to. I wanted to tell my boss that he's a dick, and all of the people that piss me off at work that they are dicks as well. So I pretty much showed the middle finger to absolutely everybody, and I quit at the same day. And at the same day I've came back home, and I've booked another flight in a couple of days. And that's where I came to Philippines for the second time and decided to do it in full blown. Take my chance and see how it's going to be, because if you're not risking anything in life, that you're not going to be successful. That's what I believe in. If you're going to stay in your comfort zone, nothing good's going to happen to you, because simply the routine's going to be killing all of the joy of life. And I didn't want that. I don't like routine. I was always going against the stream. So I came to the Philippines for the first time, and I stayed there for 2 months. And you can see that's the season 2 actually. That was the second time that I came to the Philippines. And basically everything starts from there. I was keep coming back to England, working my ass off 6 days, 7 days a week, saving absolutely every penny, not going to any parties with my friend, not going to any restaurants or anywhere that I could have actually spent my money. And now I'm here for the 4th time, and now I'm staying here for over 4 months? No, 4.5 months, including... Oh, that's a nice fruit. Maybe I don't have to go that far, but I'm gonna go that far just to finish that vlog. Then I'm gonna come back here. Actually nice. Hello, Pa. So I'm here for 4.5 months, 2 weeks in Japan and 4 months in the Philippines. And I've made my decision. I've made my decision based on, well, that's another story. So let's talk about why I made my decision to come to Philippines and live here and work here and just have my existence here. Okay, so first big reason is I'm not happy in England. I am not happy in England. I lived there for over 12 years now. In August this year, which is 2026 when I'm recording that video, it's going to be 13 years. Most of my adult life, I've moved there when I was 25. And at the beginning it was really shit show. I've been working in the factories. I was a cleaner a couple of times, working at the night shifts. I really wanted a better life because at that time in Poland, where I'm from originally, they didn't pay that well as they pay in England. But now the things are different. I cannot tell you absolutely everything because I don't want to be arrested when I come back to England, because the last year, 2025, it was over 12,500 people that has ended up in jail for some offensive comment on Facebook. So basically they come into a house, bam, 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 they cuff you and they take you to jail like you are a criminal, just because you said something that it's not even offensive, it's just a fact on social media about the government. I don't want to live in that world. I want to be free, and you can be free in Philippines. You cannot be free in England anymore, unfortunately. And everybody that is actually watching that in England right now can agree to everything. Let me know in the comments below, and you're in England and you feel exactly the same as I do. So in a month time from now, I'm going to be back to England. I'm going to have 6 months, sell everything I have, including my car, the TV, all of my tech, all of the stuff, all of the furniture and everything, and then come here and start a better life. I hope it's going to be a better life. But being here so many times, I've made so many friends, and the friends that I can rely on. Like, I've been under the rock for a couple of times, and I've tested them already, and they pass every single time. Every single time that I didn't have a place to go, they've always invited me in, they always feed me, they always supported me in everything that I was doing. Every single time. And that's how you meet your real friends, when you're in a deep shit. If you in the situation that you literally crying and you have nowhere to go, and you just call that one friend in the middle of the night, and you know that you can rely on that person. That's a real friend. There's people excessively calling people that they know their friends. They're not their friends. They're your colleagues, they're your mates, they're the people that you can go and have a beer with. But if shit hits the fan, who knows if they're gonna help you? Who knows if you can rely on them? And who knows if they're not gonna abound you just because you in a deep shit right now. So I never forget my friends. I always paying back my debts, and I always helping people who's helping me. And I advise you to do the same thing. So another thing. What do I do for a living? I'm a professional chef. I've been graduated from 2 cooking schools. I have 2 degrees in cooking in Poland. Then I went to Denmark for practices. I have a certificate to work in Denmark as well. I was working there for quite a bit. And then I've graduated from one of the schools in London. So I'm a highly qualified chef, and remote work just doesn't work for me, obviously. How am I going to cook remotely? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not going to happen. I had to figure it out of how to live and how to make money to live here in a certain standard. So luckily, me and my business partner, who is also my very, very good friend here, we started a company called Lumen. We're going to be selling skincare products. I always wanted to do that because I had a massive problem with acne when I was a kid. Believe me or not, now they're gone. But back in the days, I know how acne can put you down and your self-esteem under the table. I know it's terrible, and you just want to hide. You just want to hide. You just don't want to show your face to anyone because it's so intimidating. I know. That's why we created the line to control the acne, oil, etc., etc. I'm not going to be doing the paid promotion here. I don't want to convince you to buy it. I just want you to know about it. I want to also give back to the community, to the people that actually helped me and cheer me up every single time. As I've got a couple of cafes and couple of shops here that I want to reward. So if I'm gonna make it, they're gonna make it as well. Whoever helped me when I was down, they're never gonna be forgotten. But you might think, yeah, he's a YouTuber, he's a content creator, he's making a lot of money. Trust me, nope, I don't. Considering the fact that I have this many followers on TikTok, I'm making this much last year on TikTok. Not much money, right? I know. You might think YouTube, maybe he's making a lot of money on YouTube. Do you know how much money I've made on YouTube last year? This much. Not much either, right? Yeah. So what I'm doing now, it's pretty much a hobby, and I hope that when I'm going to be doing that long enough, it's finally going to pay back. But now I'm going to buy some fruits, because that was the main purpose I actually left house. Another thing, visa. You might think, how you, a single man from Poland, can come here and stay here for good without getting married? Well, there's a couple of options. So luckily I collaborate with a visa company. Overstaying a visa might have a lot of consequences, from deportation, paying a massive fine, to get blacklisted till the rest of your life. And if you stay in the Philippines as long as I do, which is months and months and months, you might be quite busy. You might forget about your visa. But I never did, luckily, thanks to JRC. They sent me a reminder before my visa is about to expire, and they offer to pick it up from my doorstep, so I don't need to have a hassle of lining up in an immigration office. And so far they have 2 branches, one in Cebu City and one in Manila. With the code Backpack&GO, you're gonna get 30 minutes free visa consultation and 30 minutes free real estate consultation. After a couple of days, when it's ready, they simply handing over that to me and job done. So don't overstay your visa and don't get in trouble. Link in the description box below. Let's go back to the video. Yeah, these guys. As a tourist, on the tourist visa, you can renew your visa for up to 3 years. 3 years without leaving the country. But if I decide to go for vacation, let's say to Thailand, on the way back, I still need to book, let's say, the cheapest flight, wherever, to Hong Kong or something. Sometimes it's like 15 pounds, 20 pounds. That's not a problem. But you have to have that return ticket. And what after that 3 years? You just leave the Philippines, you're going somewhere, wherever outside the country, and you come back after 24 hours, and that's it. And you can do it again and again and again. Another 3 years, another 3 years. So again, why Philippines? It was totally 100% coincidence. I didn't plan any of that. I didn't know where I'm going. I'll just watch a couple of YouTube videos about Philippines, of where to go, etc., when I came here first time. But I knew absolutely, let's say, nothing deep about Philippines. Everything that I saw on YouTube, that's all I knew. But after coming here so many times, you just want to come back and back and back again. You can smile to absolutely everybody, to an old person, to a child, to an old guy. Everyone's going to smile back to you. Try to do it in Poland. Try to do it in England. Try to smile to someone, greeting them, have a nice day. You'll be like, were you gay? What are you looking at? You have a problem? You know? Normally that's what you would get in England and in Poland. And here I can be myself. I'm not afraid to take the camera out and look like an idiot from outside, but the people not judging me. People, you know, people saying hello, people waving me. They admire of what I do. In Poland, you'll be like, hey, blur my face. Hey, don't look at me. Yeah? Why are you recording? Blah, blah, blah. You can be legitimately free. Show me any other country in Europe that you can travel at the back of the pickup truck with 5 other people next to the police guy and just wave them and say, hello. Even policeman says hello to me. This is a freedom. Jesus Christ, try to do that in England. Your car would be towed away, you would end up in jail, they would have taken your driver's license and make you a criminal because you're traveling at the back of this. You know what I mean? And how much fun that is. I don't know about you, but I've grew up in the countryside in Poland, you know. I had my grandparents in countryside, and that's how they normally do when they've been harvesting, you know, grass or whatever. We've been all traveling as the children at the back of the, well, not lorry, how do you call that? And it was so much fun. I loved it. And in Europe, I wouldn't be able to do that. No way. In here you're free. I feel like I'm free. I love the culture. I'm a Roman Catholic myself, and the values that I live by, the people living the same way here. Another thing, the poverty. Poverty here, once you see that in your own eyes, you immediately appreciate everything you have. You stop chasing for the new iPhone, the new phone, the new this, the new that, the better car, whatever my neighbor's gonna be jealous about. Even people starving are smiling more than the people having big houses. I rather live simple life, but happy life. I have only one life, and it's gonna end up soon and there's no sequel, as the Ricky Gervais used to say in the Oscar nominations. Or whatever that was, Golden Globes, I don't know. I know that was totally different vlog that I used to do, but I just wanted to tell you the story that people been asking me and asking for years. Because literally in 2 months it's going to be 2 years, hello, 2 years that I'm actually doing vlogging. When I started doing that, I set myself a goal. I'm going to be doing that for 2 years consecutively, like my life depends on it. And if it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not going to work, then I'm going to do something else in life. But so far, this is what I do. It starts working. I'm not going to give up. I'm doing what I love. And I hope that you're going to do the same thing with your life. Take a risk, because life is too short, simply too short to stay in your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone, and that's where all of the good things happening. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to subscribe to this channel, you can do it. I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to ask you. If you like it, subscribe it. If you watch my other videos, great. Thank you so much. Maybe one day, as I said, maybe I'm going to make some money someday on YouTube. Who knows? Have a great day. Bye.